Something happened on site this morning that nobody saw coming. Walking the lateral zone toward the diamond corner, the first ceramic slats appeared in the Escuadra, quietly, without announcement, in a sector where cladding wasn't supposed to start for weeks. Meanwhile, the south goal compression ring just crossed the halfway mark overnight. The north goal added a new radial beam, and an excavator is reshaping the dig in front of the diamond. 5 work fronts moving in parallel, one quiet surprise, and a build that's shifting from structure to skin. Let's walk it. The south goal compression ring just crossed the halfway mark. Think about that for a second. This is the most structurally complex part of the roof system, and it's now more than half complete in this zone. A new pillar and radial beam appeared overnight, positioned noticeably far from the previous one, which tells you the spacing in this section is wider than what we've been seeing. There are still 2 concrete boxes needed before the next radial beam can be placed, and there's a significant gap in the middle section of the south goal that's going to need at least 1 more pillar and beam before it closes. Workers on top of the boxes are installing protective fencing to secure the elevated perimeter. Steady, methodical, but moving. And there's a reason the north goal tells a slightly different story. We'll get there. You'd expect the facade cladding to still be weeks away from starting in a new area, but on Tuesday, walking the lateral zone toward the diamond corner, the first ceramic slats appeared in the Escuadra, the corner brace zones. Nobody announced it, they just started. This is the kind of quiet progress that tends to get lost in the compression ring conversation, but it shouldn't. The beams adjacent to these new slat sections have been freshly painted black. That's the preparation phase, adding the support joints and anchor points that hold the lamellas in place. Workers with rollers were actively coating beams at the back of the zone, which means the next stretch of facade coverage is already being prepped. The anchors along the broader facade are multiplying every day, though the right-hand side is still running slightly behind the left. But the slats are moving, and that changes the visual story of this building. Over at the north goal, a new pillar and radial beam also appeared overnight, and the spacing here is unusually wide, with the formwork already prepared for the next column. That's a different installation rhythm to the south goal, but the result is the same. The ring is advancing. What's interesting is the contrast in the facade work between the 2 goal ends. In the south goal, they just started the slats at the Escuadra corner areas. In the north goal, it's the opposite. The false ceiling panels in this zone are nearly all in place, but the Escuadra sections are still waiting. Same destination, different sequence. Protective paint, whether it's antioxidant or fireproof coating, the debate continues on site, is being applied with spray guns across the north goal's structural elements. And elsewhere in this corner, the escalator that was visible the day before has completely vanished. The diamond zone is the one part of this site where the work is slow by design, because it has to be. Workers were out with tape measures on Tuesday, carefully positioning the sopandas, the horizontal support beams that will eventually carry the floor panels. This is precision work. The slab panels themselves aren't going down yet, and they probably won't this week. Multiple aerial work platforms and a crane are operating in the corner area, with white protective paint being applied to bolts and structural connections in preparation for the next assembly phase. Next to the diamond in the lateral parking zone, the delivery of compression ring pieces is officially finished. Every piece for this side has been placed. From here, production focus shifts entirely to the south goal, north goal, and the stands. And in the lateral zone itself, formwork and reinforcement cages are being prepared for the next concrete level. The second cantilever area around the south goal is busy in a way that's easy to miss from a distance. The walls here have steel mesh reinforcement in place and are close to finished height. The malazzo is visible, the structure is consolidating. Safety nets that started going up the previous day are continuing to be installed across this zone. On the mobility cores inside the first cantilever, sandwich panels have been staged at the second level and partially installed, but there's a lag here that's been building for days. The ground level cores have the structural shell complete, finished for a while now, but the cladding panels haven't reached them yet. Multiple platforms, cranes, and material stockpiles are in position. The pieces are there. The installation just hasn't caught up. The Tribuna area is in a holding pattern, but not an idle one. A significant quantity of support connectors and Escuadra elements are stacked on the floor, ready to be installed on the back of the brackets. But most of those brackets don't have connectors yet. The ones on the left side of the zone have been fitted. The right side is still waiting. Workers were removing old wooden planks that have been sitting on the floor for an extended period, clearing the space ahead of the next installation phase. One of the mobility core sections here still needs its sandwich panels, matching the delays seen elsewhere on site. Progress in the Tribuna is measured, deliberate, and clearly in the preparation phase before a busier stretch ahead. Near the exterior of the diamond, the footprint of the site has been actively expanding. An excavator was operating right in front of the diamond section on Tuesday, with earthworks that have pushed the dig significantly outward. Surface chipping is ongoing, and doorframe installations are visible in the adjacent areas. Detailed finishing work that signals the exterior envelope is progressing at multiple levels simultaneously. Concrete panels intended for the lower mobility cores have been staged nearby in large quantities, ready for the installation push that hasn't fully started yet. A mobile platform was being prepared to be hoisted by crane, suggesting elevated installation or maintenance work was imminent. The site coordination across all these zones happening in parallel is something to watch, because converging workfronts either accelerate each other or compete for access. So, where does this leave the project? At the start of today, we asked whether the compression ring story was covering something else, and it was. The ceramic slats beginning in the corner, Escuadra sections, is the moment this facade stops being a structural site and starts becoming a finished building. That matters. The compression ring is tracking toward roughly 50% completion by August, with both the south goal and north goal now advancing simultaneously. The lateral zone is done with its ring pieces, the focus has shifted to the stands, and the overall site is running multiple work fronts in parallel. The sandwich panel delays on the lower cores are the one thread worth watching closely. They've been staged and waiting for a while now. Tomorrow, there's another visit scheduled. If the slats keep spreading, the picture looks different by end of week. If you want to find out whether those ceramic slats keep spreading this week, subscribe. We're back on site next week.